Bam. Welcome to the show tonight. Advocates for Justice Legal School. We've got schools the pension. I'm Coach Neighbors, and I'm excited to be here tonight. We're going to get just a tad bit off the subject tonight, but before we do that, we want to do a couple things. I know I posted a couple things in the feed there. One is to the most popular foreclosure offensive package that we have, and this package takes care of both judicial and non-judicial situations because, are you listening? Can you listen up? I'm going to stop calling. This package takes care of both judicial and non-judicial situations because you're going after, in my lawsuit package, you're going after the players. You're holding them responsible for the day-to-day state process they use, the procedures that they use to violate your due process. Now, how's your due process being violated? Your due process is violated when the process and the procedures are not fair. And those process and procedures are what they use to line you up in the sites to take your stuff or send you to jail. So that's what we address. Now, you can go into court and argue their lies, but someone said mine. Ooh. Principles. That does sound better. Yeah, that does sound better. That sound better. Sound better to me. Sometimes I get to wrap up on what we're doing, I can get to double check. So thank you, bro. That's what my time was terrible. Oh shit! Oh, I quit. That's it. It's a wrap. Okay, so no, I don't know how to quit, and that's part of the problem. Well, they call it a problem. I don't call it. I don't call it a problem. No, I'm just going to say, I appreciate you letting me know that, man, because I want you to hear what I got to say. If I got people listening, I want them to at least hear what I got to say. So, I don't know what that means. We just got started, man. No, don't be sorry, man. Let me know. If something ain't right, you gotta let me know. You know, I used to cook for my kids and everything. I used to tell them, dude, if I cook something and it's nasty, y'all have to tell me. Okay, because y'all just keep trying to be nice. I will be cooking that shit every day, and I don't like to eat. I'm just cooking for y'all. Yeah, so anytime you guys let me know. So, I'm a little bit challenged at getting all this stuff lined up. Welcome to the show tonight, Crimoinal. So we're going to, let's see here, I've got a couple of things that we need to get lined up here. Hang on 1 second, let's get this stuff straightened out. Because I haven't done already, but my boss. I blame the stuff on my wife, and then it's not right. So I was saying this shit, no, she doesn't help. I couldn't blame it on her if she don't, but that would be good. So I blame it on her when she don't help. It's kind of like, you know, when your kid grown up and your parents yell at you, jump in your face, and you don't have nothing to say because you get it on the corner. Shit. I'm gonna tell about to let you back to you after like that. Anyway, so tonight we're going to talk about the biggest mistake that we made. When I say we, I'm talking about my family, my wife, and myself. And in our case, that cost us everything. So We're going to talk about that. And I'm going to explain why I structured the posture that's getting some attention right now. And then, if we have time left, we're going to review the process for stopping the state court eviction, the state court foreclosure eviction process. So, before we get started on that, guys, please click on those ads so I can get paid and subscribe. And please hit the like button. Hit the like button. I need you guys to hit the like button. That's important to me. And ring the bell so you get notifications when we come live. She can barely hear me. Well, I'm good. My mic is very bad. I'm pretty high. So, just some of the sounds off, huh? Just hang on a second. I'm going to shut it. To make sure that it's working. Okay, we turned off a couple. Sometimes they do a update, and then when they do the update, it resets your stuff back to their factory settings that you don't want to be on. So, how's that sound? Sounds kind of loud to me, but you guys telling me to slow down. No, I'm part Mexican. I talk fast. Okay, somebody said that's better. Okay. Yeah, so when StreamYard does updates, they automatically go back to the factory settings, and there's a couple of settings that have to be turned off, but I didn't know that unless you guys tell me I sound like crap, then I can go in and turn those settings off. And I can hear the difference too. And I'm going to turn this down just a little. Okay, good, Katrina. That's much better. This is your first time here, so I can't come out the gate messing up. Okay, much better. No, I didn't have to reconnect it. What I had to do is go back into the settings for StreamYard. And StreamYard, when they do updates, they change settings back to factory settings. And so I never thought about that. But yeah, I've been having to learn this stuff on YouTube. You can learn any stinking thing on YouTube. And they didn't pay me to say that. Well, I'm getting paid on some ads, but not as much as they need to be paying me. Welcome to the show tonight. Okay, so before we get started tonight, I got something special and totally off the cha-ching chang to talk about that I'm really excited about. Oh, you guys can't see that, huh? That's weird. So I got pulled over by the Popo tonight while I was loaded up with a bunch of food and crock pots headed to hang out with my family, my son, and my grandkids. And so the police officer thought I was, he said that I was speeding. And so, when I get pulled over by the police, I roll down the windows
on the side that the officers are walking up on, so they can see everybody, see in the car and see to make sure they're safe. And he, and then I let him know that I'm like 6'7" and I'm driving in a minivan, so I got to like do a bunch of stuff to get my wallet out, and I ain't trying to get shot, so. So I let him know that I got to like do stuff to get my wallet out, and I don't want him to think that his safety is in danger or anything, because I'm not like that. And so he said, "No, I see you're a big guy, whatever." So I got my wallet out, and he was acting all. It was clear to me and my wife, and you guys will see the footage. I'm going to make a video and put the footage in it, so you guys can. Now I only caught like halfway to the end. I didn't really think about all that when I was getting pulled over, but the state citizenship affidavit package is totally badass. You send that in, you do that, you fill out the application that you get from the post office, and you send that in and get your passport card showing that you're a state citizen of the republic state you were born in. Yep. So that's what I handed the officer when he came up and asked me for my driver's license. And so I gave him that, and then he asked me if I had a driver's license. And that's what I used. That's what I used to identify myself. And so he went back, and he was back there for a while. And then he came back after about 10 or 12 or 14 minutes. And he, asked me, again, if I, would give him my, do I have a driver's license in the state of Kansas? And I said, no, that's what I go by, officer. He said, well, I know. I said, no, but have you ever had a valid? Oh, yeah, I've had valid driver's license in at least 3 states in the past. Yeah, so he just kind of looked at me and he said, well, do you have a valid driver's? I was like, officer, here's the thing. I'm not giving you any information. I gave you what you asked for. That identifies who I am. And that's all the information I'm going to give you. I'm not going to give you any information. I'm pleading the fifth. And I was talking in his in his mic. And so, they start out trying to get you to incriminate yourself. Oh, you were speeding. Well, if you say you weren't, then you're lying and you're already guilty because he already pulled you over giving you a damn ticket. So I don't answer to him. He said, well, it's only 55 through here. And we just didn't stare at each other. Oh, my wife was like, oh my God. And so I said, no, officer, I'm not giving you any information that you can use for this. I'm pleading the fifth. So I don't have anything else to say to you. If you want to arrest me for driving because I can't verify that I have a valid driver's license for the state of Kansas, then you could arrest me, or you can give me a ticket and I'll let my wife drive and I can get on to my family, and then I'll just see you in court. They always need you to give them jurisdiction by arguing or agreeing. Either way, if you do either of those, then he's So I gave him my passport, and he went back, and then he was back there for a long time again, and then he came back, and he had it looked like a ticket in his hand. I told him, I said, But he didn't have like the clipboard. Usually they'll come and do that stuff right in your face and tear it out the clipboard. I watch TV. No, I've had a couple, and then I dragged their ass all the way to federal court over $2 $10 seatbelt tickets. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, he gave me a warning, and I was not happy about the warning because when he ran my ID, it came back that I was not in his jurisdiction. That's the beauty of doing that. And I added that to all of the package just for that. I had some people in the South that were getting harassed by the police after they got done kicking these people's ass in court with my stuff. So, thanks, James. Welcome, Waverly. So the officer handed me his warning and said, "I'm going to give you a warning today." And was acting all. Oh, wait. So he wanted to look at my insurance, and I gave him my insurance card that actually covers me for any vehicle that I drive. But no, he says no, that it only has this Ford pickup. So you're not okay. Yeah. So then my wife's pulling it up on the phone so she could show him insurance on the phone. When he came back the second or third time, I don't know, I gotta watch the video again. When he came back, he was not very concerned about the insurance and stuff at all. And he was just wanted to give me a warning and take off. And I said something to him after he handed me the warning ticket, and then he asked me if there was a problem. And I said, maybe. And my wife was like, damn, he was freaking him out. He got scared. In the video that I'm going to post tomorrow after I post this, I'm going to put in there what I said to him. So you guys will know what you need to say to them to make them go, go and sit the hell down. So I ended up late getting to my event to go hang out with my son and my grandkids. But that was okay. But had I not been going to hang out with my son and my grandkids, and probably my wife wouldn't have been with me, but even if she would have been with me, she could drive herself home if they haul my ass off the tail. That's all right. So I would have handled that a little bit differently. It would have took a long time. I would have handled that differently, and what I would have done differently is I would have forced him to call his supervisor and get his supervisor out there on the spot so that I could let his supervisor know that I'm sure when he ran my ID that I came back not in their jurisdiction. That means you say, thank you, Mr. Neighbors, have a good day. Not give me a damn warning and act like, So I'm going to write a letter and send to them. I'm not sure exactly how, to address that thingy because that ain't working for me. So, and that's just the way I am. I'm a butthead about some stuff. And some people that's in the group know that. And one of the things that I'm a butthead about is asking me questions that are in the instructional video. The updated instructional video walks you through the process you need to crush a state court situation. And people aren't. People are calling me or messaging me and asking me these questions that are in the videos. And the reason I made the videos is so I can help more people. I can't help people if I'm on the phone and telling you stuff that you can go find out yourself. So excuse me if I get a little about that, but that's the way it is. This is a legal school. You got to do the work. My job is not to make it easy for you. So, thank you, Waverly. The super sticker. That's pretty cool. And it's pretty cool. So we'll take the time to send me a super sticker. That's kind of cool. That's letting me know that I'm bringing value to the table. So let's just get rolling now with what we were supposed to be talking about tonight. I'm a little still fired up about the ticket thing. My wife was like, I can't believe he was so mad. He wanted to give you a ticket right at the gate. Yeah, he did, didn't he? But he didn't. He gave me a warning, and I'm still going to stick that. Okay, sorry. I'm getting a little worked up. And she was like, and you were so rude with him. Excuse me? I was not rude. I just told him I'm not giving him shit else. I'm sorry. Okay, so, dude, I grew up in the hood, okay? I grew up in the hood. And when the police show up and they flip open that little notepad and have a pencil and start asking you questions after they flipped open notepad, that shit is not good, okay? No, dude, I have nothing to say to you. Yeah, I watched a TikTok video one time where this guy got pulled over and the police asked him, "Do you know why we pulled you over?" And the guy said, "Well, maybe because I stopped at the green light." And the cop's like, "No, the reason why we pulled you over is because you stopped at that stop sign and you sat there for the longest time." And he said, "I was waiting for the sign to turn green." Yeah, and then the officer said, "Well, where do you live, son?" He said, "Oh, I live with my parents." "Oh, where do your parents live?" "Down the street." Where down the street then?" "Well, my parents live next to my neighbors." "Oh, okay. Where do your neighbors live?" You don't want to know." "My neighbors live next to my parents." Yeah, that guy went to jail. So anyway. Now, let's get down to business. The biggest mistake that my wife and I made in our criminal situation that we went through, the biggest mistake my mic is me. Okay, there we go. The biggest mistake that we made in the criminal situation they dragged us through for many years was accepting attorneys. That was the biggest mistake that we could have ever made, was accepting their attorney. Now, okay, I need to take a drink of water for this one. I made the mistake 14 times. No, I didn't really accept them. I did the first time, and then I got stuck and sent to a mental institution for evaluations because, But the other 13 times, they were forced on me and quit. Most of them quit because, and they told me I need to stay off the internet. I'm serious, that's what they told me. They quit, and I was a pain in the ass. And so, and I have a strategy if your attorney, is having trouble getting out of your face once you figured out that the attorney is the one that's throwing you to the wolves. And our attorneys used to do stupid stuff. I mean, we'd go to meet them, and then in the room where they think I'm going to sit, they would put, all the pictures of the grow room that they said I had this big grow room. Well, wait a minute, I didn't get charged for growing, nor did they find anything with THC. They just found the lights and stuff, Yeah, and so then that was the problem. So all they do is just try to intimidate you. They try to intimidate you to just kick your own ass. That's basically, I'm serious. They come, sign right here. This is the best deal that I'm going to get you. It's the best deal. I'm like, dude, why don't you sign that motherfucker? I signed it. Yeah, and so that was the worst mistake that we could have made, was taking an attorney. And I tell people, no, you can screw your shit up yourself. Okay, you don't have to pay somebody to do that. You can do that yourself. Now, the other thing that I tell people is that you have to do this yourself. You have to do it yourself. And I'll tell you why right now. Because people can be bought. I can't, because I'm here to help people kick attorneys' asses. So it's taking me a long time to turn this into some peanut butter money, But no, I I can't be bought, but other people, when you hire other paralegals that are connected to their system, now all those people, they can be bought or scared. I don't know, maybe they could buy me. No, I don't think they would trust me. I trust them though. Yeah, I trust them. That's why they want me to sign this deal in criminal court, because I can trust them. Yeah, I'll sign that and lie against my wife for you. My high school sweetheart. Oh, come on, man. People ain't got no sense. Okay, they ain't got no sense. Now, that's the biggest mistake that we make. It's the biggest mistake I see people make. In foreclosure offense or defense or what the hell ever, if you have an attorney, that attorney is going to automatically get a cut of what they steal from you to throw your ass under the bus in the end. That's pretty much. And the reason why they're not going to help you is because their buddies down the street are the ones that are stealing your property. So, and they steal property too from people, and their buddies down the street don't get in their way to help those other people. Okay, you see how this goes, right? Don't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. So the prosecutor eliminator package is totally off the chain, and we got some people using it right now that have all of a sudden nobody has nothing to say. Veronica went to the hearing for her friend, was going to go, and they told her there was no hearing. The one clerk said there was a hearing, and then there wasn't, there was, there is, there not. Nobody can make up their mind after they read that sanction motion, where you're going after the prosecutor for $3.5 million. And you know, one of the other things that you guys can do, it depends on how much fire you want to bring to the table. And you can add the prosecutor's property to the prosecutor's own situation and a counterclaim. And when you do that, you have to, like, you know, review the prosecutor's property to see who owns it, because you want to make sure you include all the owners. And if the prosecutor's spouse is signed onto the property, now you're going to need to add that spouse to the prosecutor's prosecution of you via your counterclaim that you can file in their case without having to pay fees. And now you just added the prosecutor's spouse. Yeah, I did that with my sister's case, and they got really freaking mad. So, and I can't really talk about my sister's case right now anymore, but I can say she loves me. I can say that. So I structured the prosecutor elimination package for myself. Yep, I structured it for myself. I've been working on it for a while. And, you know, I don't think they're done. They tried 3 times to intimidate me to shut down. And so I'm still here, bitch it. Yeah, so they've tried several times, so I know they'll be back. So I put this together to take care of what I needed to handle if that, and I'll tell you right now, the people that are using this, or the people that have used it, I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased with it. So the last thing I want to talk about real quick is reviewing the process for blocking the foreclosure eviction court. And this is probably the most important thing that we're talking about tonight instead of my traffic ticket, but I couldn't make it through all this without. So in the video, we talk about using the counterclaim and stuff, and I mentioned that if you're in eviction court process, you don't have time for the counterclaim. So you don't have time. If you're at the end of the cliff, you don't have time for the counterclaim. You have to file that 42 USC in the state court as a state as your own lawsuit in state court, and you add all of the people that we add already, that we're saying to add the state and so, and then you want to add the eviction court judge and the person who signed to move you into the eviction court process or whatever, you want to add them. And so one of the biggest things, you have to file that in state court as a new case with a new case number. Now, some people try to do the removal and all of that and blah, 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 but that's not mentioned in the instructional video. That's mentioned in other training videos for other stuff. Now, our process has evolved to what we're doing now. And if I don't mention in the instructional video or the updated instructional video for the 42 USC 1983 Civil Rights Package, if I don't mention moving a case or doing this or doing that or doing this, then none of that stuff should be brought up in our conversation. It should not be brought up in a conversation. And the one thing I want to touch on too while I'm on my busy way is, okay, challenging jurisdiction. Oh yeah, a few years back, that's what we started out with. Now we do that in my stuff that we're using now, but in a different way. In a much different way. Here's the thing. When you challenge jurisdiction, when you try to remove a case that not very many people can convince them to remove the case. I did because I'm an asshole. I'm just sorry, but now, we don't do that anymore. We don't do that stuff. When you're suing them for the state day-to-day process and procedures, then it's kind of a wrap. And the state is being sued, the judge is being sued, so is the prosecutor or the attorney or whatever. And the state is actually the real party foreclosing or the real party trying to lock your ass up and take your freedom. And so the state is the one that's paying the judge or the prosecutor or both. So you see where I'm going with that. Now, there's conflict of interest. And that is what you need to use to block the federal court from sending your ass back down there, because they're going to try, because they don't want your stuff in their court. Now, one of the things that people are getting tripped up on in blocking the process for the foreclosure eviction is they're filing their counterclaim or they're filing the lawsuit in eviction court. And even in a lot of cases, eviction court is down the street, it's municipal court, which gets its jurisdiction from the city ordinance, whatever. But the thing is this, it's the same thing with challenging the jurisdiction and all that shit. That sounds great. When you're done, you're asking them to accept this challenge and rule and say that, that they need to go sit down and they need to give you your deed out of their office and all of that. And that ain't never going to happen. So that's the main reason why we don't even waste any time. Now, we do that after we sue them. We include that in the lawsuit, but that's not going to be the main issue on the table, because they're going to go in court and say, okay, well, we're challenging you for jurisdiction. They're like, well, we have it. And your happy ass is going to jail. No, you don't. Yeah, we do. Some people forget that this is an administrative process. It's not a judicial process, and there ain't shit fair about it. So we don't go in doing any of that stuff no more, because we're suing their ass at the gate for the process and procedures they used over here in their day-to-day situation to line you up over here to take your shit or send you to. And that's why I don't need to hear all of the things that people you think I should hear, especially in foreclosure, because you're suing them for the process now, for their procedures that violate your due process. Now, what's your due process? That's when it's not fair. It's not fair when they take your deed and register in their office for the sole purpose of allowing them to put a fake mortgage lien against your property that you signed for. And if you didn't already own the property, they couldn't have accepted your signature. I like to just keep it simple. Now, I put a couple links in the feed here to the most popular foreclosure offensive package that you can get to stay in your house, and also a link to the prosecutor eliminator package that's busting some people in the face right now. If you guys are facing any of these problems, you need to head over to my website at winningcourtnow.com and take a look at your legal options, and then jump back over here to YouTube and take a look at the updated instructional video in the instructional video playlist. Also review the instructional video for the lawsuit package that you're considering investing in. I have this all set up where you can watch all of that. I open up the lawsuit package. I show you the documents, the front page. I talk about the things that you need to know. That information is priceless in deciding the value of my program and whether or not you can do it. I have a no refund policy now because I'm tired of getting scammed by people like Jason Murdoch and a couple of other people. So I have a no refund policy now, and I have it set up to where everybody can take a look at what you have to do to make sure that you can decide if you want to do it or not. And I also have a program that I'm putting together for breach of contract lawsuit I'm going to post on the website. And that is what the people who want to scam me, like Jason did, he contacted his credit card company 4 months later and told him that what he got from me was something. He said that he didn't scam me, but when you say what I sent you was bullshit, it's a scam. So, and it wasn't bullshit. It was a scam. Yeah, and so I'm going to make a video on a playlist for scammers so people can go and watch and see what path I take when people try to screw me over. So it's sad. You put together a package that's worth thousands of dollars and you charge somebody $400 and then they want to rip you off. So no, I'm not very happy about it. But right now, I'm going to move on. I presented my evidence, and if I lose the dispute, then it's going to be on. I've already posted in the group what my game plan is going to be. So it's kind of funny. I never beat up on a customer before, but I'm not used to getting punched in the face either. So if you guys are having this problem, head over to the website and get what you need. And I want to make sure that I reiterate, you're not admitted in my coaching group just because you invested in a lawsuit package. So I'm going to say that right up front. Not everybody's going to get in the group. I don't deal with drama and I don't deal with fear. So if any of those are you, then you're going to get yourself labeled as one of the people that's not going to be in the group. Now, that doesn't mean you don't have support, okay? It doesn't mean you don't have support. If you friend me at Guy Neighbors, then you'll be able to see me, and you can message me your questions in Messenger. And that's pretty much, I make sure everyone has support. It's just not what you want. And some people think the group is so they can get information from other people. I don't know, so they can hurry. I don't know, people have the wrong idea about the group. And so that's not what the group is about. So I want to make sure that people understand that what you're investing in is an educational material that downloads to your email address at checkout. Anything on top of that is icing on the cake and at my discretion. So I want to make sure people understand that. So thank you guys for the value of sharing your time, and I'll see you guys in the next. I'm going to post the video tomorrow about my traffic stop, so you guys can kind of hear how nice I was. My wife said she was really mad and that I was mouthy. I'm like, dude, I already told him 3 times I'm not giving you anything to help you kick my ass. Come on now. Shit, it's not my first day. It was not my first day, and how you say, my mama didn't raise no fool. If they did, it was one of my siblings. It wasn't And I'm thinking that video is going to be a good video that you guys can show your kids. And it don't matter if you're black. It don't matter. People that aren't black get their ass shot too by being angry or whatever when the police pull you over. So it's going to be a good video so people can understand the path that you need to take in that situation. The officer got really, really defensive when I asked him for his name. Then I asked him some other stuff. Anyway, we'll cover that in video tomorrow. I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Thank you for the value of sharing your time. Good night. Get it done.